Hello everyone, Jess Frank coming to you from the Palm Beach Golf Center here in Boca Raton, Florida. Thanks for joining me today. I've got a club review for you, and we're going to compare the Rogue and Rogue Sub-Zero. Just going to give you some highlights of these drivers, the newest drivers from Callaway Golf, and they are hot, and they're more forgiving than any driver they've ever made. They contain the jailbreak technology. They have the aerodynamics from Boeing. And so these drivers are definitely an excellent way for you to improve your game. And so they come with different shaft options. You have about 4 different shaft options stock for any type of swinger. And so you have something that's a little heavier, a little stiffer, and then you have something that goes all the way down to the 40-gram Diamana, which is the lighter shaft. So if you're a little slower swinger, they have all facets of shafts to fit your game. And that's what we do here at Palm Beach Golf Center. We fit you into what works for you, and that's our goal, to take our time and find the right driver that fits your game so you can go out and play your best. And so a couple differences between the Rogue and the Sub-Zero. The Rogue Sub-Zero, I'll show you the Rogue Sub-Zero here, that has a weight, a center of gravity weight that is towards the front of the face here. So when you have the center of gravity weight towards the front of the face, or the weight here, it's going to lower spin. And so when you lower spin, that's really good for a higher swing speed sometimes, or a steeper descent, somebody who hits into the ball and causes a lot of spin. And usually you'll see that out on the golf course when what happens is the ball kind of balloons in the air and kind of hangs out there, and then it just kind of lands softly. And so what the Sub-Zero does is it takes some of that spin off the head with a good combination of the shaft. So if you have the good shaft in the head, then you're going to really maximize your spin rates. And so what that does is that helps your ball flight. So you're going to definitely have your ball flight optimized where it's going to carry and roll out the most. So, sometimes they say, well, this head is only for a faster swinger. Well, we've seen it in our fittings actually, where a little bit slower swing speed with the right shaft, bringing down the spin rates, is going to help just the average player hit the ball farther. So we've seen that in our fittings as well. This also contains the famous jailbreak technology right here with these 2 titanium rods, which are 25% lighter now in the Rogue head. So again, Rogue Sub-Zero, definitely an option. I'm going to show you the Rogue, just the basic Rogue, the standard Rogue head. So the standard Rogue head, again, you have your jailbreak, which again, what the jailbreak technology does, and it's Callaway is the only company that has jailbreak, which is really cool, because what it does is it connects the bottom of the club to the top of the club, and it keeps the head together. So what that means to the golfer is that normally when you hit a ball, the head expands. So with the jailbreak technology, what happens is it keeps the head together, and so the top of the club and the bottom of the club keeps it together, puts more energy in the face, which creates more ball speed. And they've seen 3 to 5 miles an hour ball speed. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but 3 to 5 mile an hour more ball speed could equal 15 yards. Now that's a lot of distance. So you're looking at an optimized driver with the shaft and the head, and it's going to really help your game. And so you also, a little different this year, the center of gravity weight is not adjustable. And so they've changed that a little bit from last year's Epic driver. But aerodynamically, this club is awesome. They're always working with Boeing. So they're really maximizing, so you can swing the club faster. Aerodynamics, and what a better company to work with than Boeing. So again, the Rogue driver from Callaway is a really good option, something you should definitely try if you're going to go for a fitting at one of our golf stores here at Palm Beach Golf Center. Definitely put this into the fit. I know it's going to help your game. Also, it's more forgiving across the face. So it's their fastest, most forgiving driver that they've put out on the market. to date. Again, the jailbreak technology, nobody else has that on the market. So again, it's a really, really good driver for you to try. So I'm going to hit one here. One other thing with this is that it definitely still has the OptiFit technology. So you can dial in, your face angle and loft. And so you can see here this little adjustability. It's very easy to do. We do it here all the time. We help people with adjusting their driver. This one is a 10.5 degree head, but you can go to 11.5 or 12.5 degrees, and then you can also set this to a draw face. So you have a draw face capability, as well as if you have a tendency to slice the ball, and you also have the ability to move the loft. You actually can move it to 9.5 as well. So that's a lot of options, a lot of adjustability for you on this driver. Again, we're going to set that up for you at one of our stores where we fit you into the right loft, the right face angle, the right shaft. So here's going to be, I'm going to hit one here. I really like also what I really like is about the club is that when I'm playing it out on the course, it sounds really good. So when you hit the ball, it's giving you, it's not a loud tinging sound, it's not a dead sound, it's something right in between, which is really nice, pleasing to the ear. And so it sounds like when you hit it, you can actually sense the ball speed coming off the face. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one here. So again, probably not the shaft I'd be using in this club for me, but it's going to be, this is a little bit lighter shaft. I'd probably go with something, the even flow or the hazardous shaft. And I'd probably be playing the Sub-Zero driver just because I have a tendency to spin the ball a little bit too much. And so the Sub-Zero along with a little heavier shaft would bring my spin rates down. But again, really good driver and something you should definitely check out for sure. And also, I want to give you a quick tip on driving, because that's something that I know is very important. I mean, if you can get off the tee on the golf course and you can get the ball in play, whether you hit the ball 200 yards or 250 yards or 300 yards, if you're in play and you can put yourself in good position off the tee, that's just going to make the game so much more enjoyable, and it's going to give you the ability to score and play your best golf. So here, I'm going to give you a couple quick tips here. One of the things I see in golfers is that they often have their right shoulder too high and their right arm too high. So what that does is that opens their shoulders too much. It puts too much weight kind of towards their toes. And so what I like to do is I like to get somebody, if you just go ahead and clap your hands together and soften your right arm. So your right arm should be lower than your left at address. This is for the majority of golfers out there, because the majority of golfers slice. So you don't want to add too much where your shoulders at address. So just the address position, if your shoulders are pointed to the left, that's not gonna help majority of golfers. That's all that's gonna do is gonna cause your path to go more left, which can put more cut spin on it, and it actually lowers your ball flight. So I want you to get set up where you're actually, if I'm gonna hold the club up here, I'm gonna kind of tilt a little bit to the right for me. That's gonna put me in a little better position. My right arm's gonna be a little bit lower than my left. And so that's going to give me the ability to swing a little bit more into out, a little bit shallower. So setup is so important even before you hit the driver. So that hopefully will help your game. Again, I would definitely highly recommend you going into one of our stores, Palm Beach Golf Center, and trying out the new Rogue driver from Callaway. Jailbreak technology, aerodynamics, looks good, really looks good at address. It plays really well on the golf course. So if you have any questions, please post them in the comments section below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Also visit our Palm Beach Golf Center website. I have a Frankly Frank club reviews there. So if you're looking for different clubs, you can get my take on all the different clubs here in our store and what we carry, all the major manufacturers. Again, club fitting, very important. So if you get a chance, stop by one of our stores, either here in Boca Raton or in Palm Beach Gardens. So again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the course. Take care.